Well guys, I guess winter is about here, like it or not. Bob and I did try going out last week one day. Thought we might have one last shot in the boat, but you won't be seeing any video from that day because we didn't catch any fish. So I guess it's time to put the boat up, get it ready for winter. And I thought I'd take a few minutes here and show you what I do when I'm putting my boat up at the end of the season. Now, let's start at the back end. Let's start with the motor. The last time I went out and got fuel for this, I added some stable to the fuel, so the last few times we'd be out, I'd have a good chance to mix with it. Now I suppose for everybody it's a little preference, what do you like? Some guys use stable, some guys use seafoam. I'm not really one of those guys that you would say is brand loyal. I mean, hey, at one point in time, I owned 3 pickups at one time. One was a Dodge, one was a Chevy, one was a Ford. So I'm not really brand loyal to anything. The guy that works as a mechanic where I got my boat, he said stable, no seafoam. So what the heck, that's what I do. So I put stable in the last time around, ran it through good. I try to keep the tank at least 2/3, 3/4 full, keep the condensation down, and we'll just let it sit that way all winter. Now, as far as the motor itself, the lower unit on the motor, I do not drain that every year and put in new oil. What I'll do is we're going to pull the plug. I'm going to get a drop of oil out. If it's nice, clean, clear oil, we're just going to let it go. If I see anything that's cloudy, we're going to take that oil out and then replace the oil in the lower unit. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, that's good to go just the way it is. I will leave it sitting down. That way if there was any water or something, it's going to drain out when it's sitting down versus sitting tilted up all the time. Trolling motor batteries. I have a 3-bank onboard charger, and I know today it's like plug that thing in and we'll come see you next spring. I guess I'm too old school, too old fashioned, and have a hard time leaving something plugged in all the time. So basically what I'm doing is usually I'll sit down, I've got it set up, plug it in, I'll leave it for about 2 days, and then I unplug it. 2-3 weeks later I'll come back, I'll plug it back in for a couple more days, and every 2 to 3 weeks all winter long I'll plug it in for 2 days and then unplug it. It's my way of doing it. It's probably a lot easier if you just leave it, but like I said, I guess I'm kind of old school and I have a hard time leaving stuff plugged in all the time. But that'll take care of my batteries, that'll take care of the motor. Last thing I do at this end of the boat is I take off the transom straps. I figure there's no real need for that to be clamped down hard all winter long and sitting there pinched down on the trailer like that. So I like to go ahead, loosen up the transom straps, take them off, and let it sit that way for the rest of the winter. I'm going to go up front. I got one more thing in the front of the boat I do, and then we'll show you that. Okay, at the front of the boat, similar to the transom straps in the back, I'm going to take my front strap off too, so the front of the boat isn't pinched down tight against the roller the whole time. So this way my trailer is sitting totally separate. The boat's just sitting on the trailer. Nothing's pinched down, nothing's secured, it's just sitting loose. And on my strap, to play it safe, when I finally unhook from my vehicle, set the jack stand down, I'm going to take that strap and I'm going to wrap it around the handle on the jack strap, or the jack stand. There isn't any way you're going to take off, you're going to see that, you won't go anywhere. Now, one last thing I do, then we're about done. All right. All my rods, reels, lures, everything's taken out. And the last thing I do before I put the cover on, I just set it on loose, just keep the dust and stuff out. But the other reason I put it on, one of the last things I do, is I got a dish like this, mothballs. I'll at least put a couple bags of mothballs in here loose. Those are mesh, so you can smell it. And you can, if you can smell right now, you know there's mothballs. I'm going to put some mothballs in there. We're going to put the top on it. And come winter, we won't have mice in there chewing on any of the wiring. So that's one thing I do every year. My camper gets mothballs in it. Too many places I've seen come winter, over the winter time, those mice look for places to hide. They get in there and they'll chew up all your wiring. Come spring, you go get your boat out and your wiring's chewed up. Mothballs, nice, easy solution, keeps the mice out. And once you get the top off and the cover off come spring, it airs up pretty fast. So That's it, guys. That's what I do for mine. Every fall, every winter, getting ready to put it away. Stick it in the garage. I guess we got to wait for spring. Between now and then, I guess ice fishing. That's about all there is. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.